might not have been a doctor, but I was formulating a diagnosis all the same. This guy was nuts. I know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today we're jumping into our 10th episode of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Alright, so, the last episode we had just got over here to the hospital.
The young man's face was full of eagerness and enthusiasm. I figured he was fresh from college.
What do we have here?
The woman managed to look overworked and hassled, though she didn't appear to be doing anything.
Except typing on the computer, or... What does that sound? Sounds like a vacuum. Is that her typing?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
I'm here to see
Who's
Jacques
Marquet?
Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Let's say yes.
Yeah, I'm his, long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age, after a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not. So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
That's right.
Why don't you give me a break and go and play with someone else?
Have you heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it? The kind of place where you get little umbrellas and whelks.
Huh? That's romantic? Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
Nurse Grendel.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Interesting.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
Oh, you mean she's been here a long time?
No, I mean, there's not a man in this clinic who hasn't sprawled out on her.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Probably should have written that down. Okay.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
That was rude.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
Thanks for your help.
Can you talk to her again and get those instructions one more time?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Guess not.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. I've never seen him before.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, sir.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No, sir.
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
How come?
Dermatitis.
Well, I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
See you later.
All right,
Right.
let's move on.
As I turned the corner,
There's the noise
I saw
sound.
the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Yeah, can we maybe, not? This is really obnoxiously annoying.
I wasn't in the mood for shining floors. Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Do you know a nurse called Grendel?
Sure I do.
Is she on duty today?
Yeah, end of the corridor, Ward J2.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
I really
How
hate
come
this
you got
sound.
so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
No,
I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind my back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Whatever you've got with this metal mop foot is probably a fine and noble thing.
It is. Say, it's not every day I meet someone as crazy as me.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Go ahead. Alright, I can't stand
See
the
you later.
sound.
Yeah, take care now.
Gotta get out of here. Come on.
Hey,
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
The door didn't have a sign or label or any kind of a... It was a classic example of functionalism, like an early Soviet spacecraft. I almost expected to see a dog or a monkey leap out.
There's no way to turn it off, is there? No. Oh wait, there's the plug. Oh, please. Why is it still... Oh, thank God.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
And our ears were saved. Can we go in the red door now? Why are we just stuck here? Aha. A lab coat.
Dr. Stobart at your service. I wasn't in the mood for...
See anything different to this guy now?
Hello.
Oh, no whistle.
Right.
No.
Nothing really.
You interact with the water cooler.
Maybe the face of the unaccountably happy domestic had made me unduly suspicious. I mean, I knew it was only my imagination, but the water tasted, well, peculiar.
Let me unplug this thing again. No. Alright, I guess we did what we needed to do with Mr. Shiny. Oh, I can't hear the sound anymore. Thank goodness. Alright, here's the...
Good afternoon,
nurse.
Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. Well, who's first?
Monsieur Croquet in bed 2.
What's his problem?
He's been complaining of loss of consciousness. You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks. Hi, I'm Dr. Stobart.
Hello, Doctor.
The nurse told me you keep losing consciousness.
That's right. I've had the problem as long as I can remember.
Falling
It's
asleep.
a real out-of-body experience. Like death, but not so conclusive.
I see. How long does it last?
About 8 hours.
Just a fraction of a second, and then I recover.
I might not have been a doctor, but I was formulating a diagnosis all the same. This guy was nuts. I know exactly what you mean. It's known in the medical field as blinking.
Is it serious?
Of course it isn't serious. It's perfectly natural.
But just think, 2 seconds every minute. Why, that's almost half an hour every day. 2 weeks out of every year spent in total darkness.
I don't have time to listen to this baloney. Which bed is Marquet in?
He's round the corner, in solitary.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know, but the men who brought him in were wearing masks and rubber gloves. Hey, you're a doctor. How come you don't know?
We doctors don't know everything.
Then how come you act like you do?
Has Marquet had any visitors?
Nah, neither have I. That's the worst thing about being in hospital. You feel like the rest of the world has abandoned you.
Well, you know how it is. Life goes on.
Thanks for those comforting words.
Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
It's a blood pressure cuff, it looks like.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
All right. Actually, hold on. Can we just use this on him? No.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
What's his problem?
He's delirious. He just now came out of theater. He's recovering from major surgery.
I'll have him up and about before you can say, Lazarus, get out of your bed and walk. Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it. What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Interesting.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like plaster.
How did you know that?
I'm a plasterer.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
Really? He's a dead ringer for my bank manager. Of course, Mr. Soames hasn't got a scar, and he doesn't come from the Middle East. His hair's a lot grayer, too. Otherwise, it's just like him.
Remarkable. Do you recognize this red nose?
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it in a sewer.
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub man, Doctor. A game of whist and a glass of ginger wine is about my limit.
See you later.
Doctor?
What is it now, nurse?
Number 2 again. He won't tell me what he wants. He says he'll only talk to a man.
Do I have to? That guy's nuts.
Doctor, I'm surprised at you. There's no way to talk about our clients.
Okay, I'll see him. But I'm telling you, he's a hypochondriac. Hello again. Do you know what this...
No, I don't.
I thought about giving him an electric but I just couldn't. Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Nah, I haven't.
Have you any idea what this is?
Please, take it away before I throw up.
Well, goodbye.
Thanks, Doc.
Now what?
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, doctor.
Would you like to shake hands with me?
Well,
No, it's okay. Forget it. I didn't really want to use it on her anyway. Does this mean anything to you?
the Club Alamut? I've never heard of it.
Do you know Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No, I don't.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
It's beautiful, but I've never seen it before.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Oh dear. I don't think he'll be needing that again.
Who?
Monsieur Boissy, the comatose clown.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Now, I was no doctor, but this guy looked dead to me.
Can we wake him up with the joy buzzer, maybe? No. Unless I have to click a different button. No. Alright.
Doctor,
What is it?
you haven't taken my blood pressure.
I tried to do that.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Oh, come on.
Oh, doctor,
What now?
you didn't finish taking my blood pressure.
Okay.
Okay, let's try again.
This isn't gonna work, is it?
You don't have the first idea what you're doing, do you?
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners.
Alright, so... we can't get over to the room yet. Let's go back this way. Suffer through Mr. Shiny again. Is there anywhere else we can go? Can't go back there. What? A few minutes later. We're back here again. How in the world do I get back to the
Hello.
Oh, hi!
lobby?
No whistling, right?
Right. Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I'm washed, if you don't mind, sir. You can pick up all kinds of things in a hospital.
Like nurses, right?
No, sir. Bugs and germs. And fungal infections.
Lovely. We can't ask him about the blood pressure cuff for some reason.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is vitamin C. And a side order of machine oil.
Alright, I can't stand
you later.
the sound.
Yeah.
It was a classic. I wasn't in the mood. There was no way I could improve on the sculpture with the janitor watching me.
Improve on the sculpture? What is that supposed to mean?
The connector in the socket supplied electricity to the polishing machine.
I can't turn off. What the heck?
Do you want this?
Device for measuring blood pressure?
Yeah, do you want it back?
No, thank you.
Is this plaster any use to you?
No, it isn't.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I don't recognize it.
Do you recognize this tissue?
No, I don't. It looks like a chronic health risk to me.
Well, I've been carrying it around for days and I'm okay. My pocket's getting a little soggy. Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hello again. Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
Man.
Hello again. Have you any idea?
Please.
Have you ever?
Nah.
Do you know what this is?
Is it self-raising flour?
No. Do you know what this tool is used for?
Eye surgery.
That's a dumb thing to say. Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor.
Well, goodbye.
Thanks, Doc.
The name on the chart was Boissy. According to the chart, this guy was called Croquet. This guy didn't look sick to me. He didn't have spots or stitches, and he certainly didn't have a fever. The name on the chart was Sopmarsh. Hi, it's me again. Have you any idea what this is?
No, Doctor. I wouldn't even like to guess.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. Do you know what this tool is used for?
I'd rather not, Doctor. Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor. Is this some kind of test?
If it was, you would have failed. See you later.
Really not sure what to do here.
Do you want this,
Device for measuring blood pressure?
yeah, do you want it back?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Let's try going over here one more time.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I have to see Jacques Marquet first.
How come he gets preferential treatment? It's because he's got money, isn't it?
It's not like that. I'll come back when you've dealt with that chip on your shoulder.
Is he gonna let us go now?
You haven't finished.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Will you keep quiet? Hi, it's me again. I'm going to take...
Why?
I'm a doctor. I'm going to take your blood...
Why?
I'm a doctor. See you later. Hi, it's me. I'm going to take your blood...
Why?
I'm a doctor.
Alright. He keeps asking why we're going to take his blood pressure, and then we try to walk away, and he's like, you haven't taken my blood pressure. Like, okay. Make up your mind, dude.
See you later.
Alright, I'm a little bit confused here. I need to think this through. See if maybe I can get to another part of the hospital, if there's anything else. Is there anything over here to do when she just, like, walks away randomly? I don't think so. Nothing in the inventory seems to be working here. Anything I can do with this obnoxious machine? Does not appear to be so. Okay, we got back to the lobby. What's down this hallway? Maybe we need to talk to this guy again. Actually, let's try that.
Excuse me, sir.
You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps. Who do you think you are, anyhow?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person, sir. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary. I look on it as a privilege, no, an honor, to look after your nephew, sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Well, okay then.
So long, Hagenmeyer.
Alright, I think we have the solution now, but we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there because we're just over a half hour. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day.